everything you need to know about a 2025 Ram 3500 Limited. All right, so today I am standing next to a 2025 Ram 3500 Limited, but not just any Limited, a long box dually. And this truck is enormous, not just in stature, but also this truck is a big deal. All new for 2025, Ram heavy duty trucks now feature an all new ZF 8-speed transmission, something that diesel lovers have been asking for years and years. It seems like Ford and Chevy updated their transmissions eons ago, but in this updated 5th gen Ram, which is really just an updated 4th gen Ram, finally got the transmission upgrade that everybody's been asking for. Not only a transmission upgrade, but a nice facelift. So welcome to the new face of Ram Heavy Duty. Can't wait to tell you more about it. I'm Jeff Batchelor, and I love cars. I love the look, I love the design, and I love the emotion that you feel. I love the history, brand stories, marketing strategy, and automotive trends. I love engineering, types of propulsion, engine specs, drivetrain, and performance, and I love the interiors, layouts, smell, and the gizmos and gadgets and bells and whistles. But I don't only love cars, I also sell them. If you love this content and want to chat about a purchase, text me at 416-523-6585. Now back to the video. Ram has been absolutely killing it in the heavy duty game for a very, very long time. But as I mentioned, this is a 5th gen Ram, which started out in 2019. Now in 2019, when they released the 5th gen Rams, Ram was winning every single award available. Ajax, Car and Driver, Motor Trend. This was the truck of the year. This was the truck that everybody was trying to get. But now that 5 years have passed, it's time for a facelifted version, which I feel like is a little bit ironic because even the 5th gen is a facelifted 4th gen. It's the same body, it's the same frame that Ram has been using since 2010. But when you've got a recipe for success, why change it? So this all new facelifted Ram 3500 is the top trim level. It's a limited. New for 2025, we've got 5 different trim levels, starting with the Tradesman, the Bighorn, the Laramie, the Rebel, and then this, the Limited, the top of the trim. And this Limited has got a night edition package, which blacks out all the chrome, and the color match accents really make this thing pop. So with heavy duty trucks now costing over $100,000, you gotta understand that there is a lot of competition in this space. Chevy and GM are constantly making wild, outrageous heavy duty trucks with crazy bells and whistles, and Ford is doing the exact same thing. So when it comes to competing for heavy duty trucks, each brand is trying to one-up the next with special interiors, special bells and whistles, special tailgate trinkets and options and stuff. But if you are looking for a heavy-duty truck, the Cummins is the best powertrain you'll find, and Ram will always top the charts. So as I mentioned before, the biggest and most exciting news is what's under the hood. For years, Ram has had multiple different engine options as well as transmission options. They had the standard output engine as well as the high output Cummins engine. You also had the choice of marrying that to the 68 RFE transmission or the ASIN robust heavy duty transmission. But both those transmissions are gone, and so are the engine options. There's just one and one only high output engine made it to the all new ZF 8-speed transmission. If ZF sounds familiar to you, ZF is who makes the transmissions for BMWs, Rolls Royces, and even our Hellcats. So some of the highest end, best performing transmissions are now in our Cummins truck. This high output Cummins puts out 430 horsepower and has over 1,075 feet-pound of torque. That allows a properly equipped 3500 to tow over 36,000 pounds, as well as have a payload of over 6,000 pounds. Talk about capability. And Ram didn't stop there. Not only is the capability of this engine absolutely insane, but they also made it easier to work on by taking the oil filter and the dual fuel filters and mounted them on the top so you have better access to it. You might not even have to go to a dealership to change them because you can do them yourself. All right, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. That's the exterior styling. I have to say, when I first saw the refaced front fascia of the Ram 3500s, I thought it was an AI, I thought it was a joke. It took me a long time to actually get used to it and even actually like it. But after being with this truck for the last 3-4 days, I think I dig it. And I think Ram hit the nail right on the head with this new front fascia. As you can see, they've gone to that new split headlight design. You have two very powerful LED headlights right above. Below you have two more powerful LED lights. And right on the top is where you'll see a very crisp and clear daytime running lights. When you see this truck coming at you in the rear view mirror, this truck is asking you to politely get the heck out of the way. Other new things about the front of the truck is the grille pattern. There's a lot of horizontal, vertical, and different lines in this new grille. The Rebel version of it really took it to an extreme. Not too sure if I'm on board with that, but again, with this black on black design, with the night package, you really don't get lost in those elements. Now, some other exterior elements that might look new to you are these trailer tow mirrors. Gone are the flip-up moose mirrors, which were very famously loved. In are the new trailer tow mirrors, which are power telescoping. And the last thing that you're going to notice that will tell this apart from any of the other 2024 Ram Heavy Duties is an all-new taillight design. So now that I'm in the back of this 3500, this 8.5-foot box, double wide, sits very, very, very tall. It's almost as tall as me. And that's because the leaf springs in this truck are capable of a payload of 6,000 pounds. So obviously without a load on it, it's gonna sit very, very high. Now, when it comes to tailgate wars, although Ram has this one on our half tons with two different styles of tailgates and a power drop and back up tailgate, unfortunately, our heavy duties just have a standard tailgate. So we might have to take the L on this one, even though we take the W on everything else. However, we still have a power tailgate, which allows access to the tailgate very, very easy. And we also have the innovative bed step that Ram came up with, which makes getting in and out of the back of your box quite simple. Now, inside the box of this truck, you can see we have these 5 holes in the box. This is for a universal fifth wheel package where you can simply drop in your Reese or your Kurt hitch straight into these mounting points. If your hitch is too old to fit directly into those mounting points, Ram sells what we call a picture frame, which is a universal bracket which allows you to mount your hitch straight to the bracket. Now, the reason this is important, because you don't have to have cross rails permanently in your truck, thus defeating the point of sliding things in and out of your truck really easy. Another thing is this truck has actually got 4 different cleats on the upper side of the box, which again gives you extra place to tie things down, as well as 4 more cleats in the bottom of the box. And then over here, inside the driver's side, you have additional plugins for your fifth wheel electrical, as well as a conventional 400-watt outlet. This outlet is able to be turned on or off regardless of if the truck is on. And then over here, we've got a beautiful LED light with its own light switch here in the box too. All right, now when it comes to interior, Ram has this figured out. They've got an interior that's so exciting to be in, it evokes every single one of your senses. Everything that you touch feels nice, from the real leather to the open pore wood and the real aluminum knobs, dials, and accents. The smell of the real leather in here overwhelms you and takes you to a different place. And then the setup and design with the triple screens in the front. I mean, this interior is the way you want your heavy duty truck to be set up. Starting on the door sills, even the tops of the doors are padded in this high-end leather. We've got accent stitches that moves down to the open grain wood. The aluminum accents that trim the quilted leather panel on the armrest, all the way down to the beautiful aluminum speaker covers that encase the Harman Kardon high-performance sound system. These seats are nicer than any seats in any heavy duty truck I have ever seen. Not only is the leather thick, but you know it's going to be durable and stand the test of time. The bolsters are big and huggy and make you feel nice and secure behind the wheel of this truck. And although there is quite a lot of adjustment, there still isn't the massaging seats which the Ram 1500 has. Maybe we'll see that in a later year, but one small little zonk on the seats for this 3500. Now, the leather doesn't stop on the doors and the seats. The entire dash is covered in this high-end leather. The grab handles are covered in the high-end leather. Even the sides of the center console have this high-end leather. The fit and finish of this truck is perfect. Makes you feel like you're sitting in a high-end exotic vehicle. And if the leather wasn't enough, again, there's wood on top of the touchscreen. There are large stamped steel emblems below the glove box and on the center console. Even the leather care tags that hang on the back of the passenger seat, show the attention to detail and the quality inside this interior. So this Ram 3500 has a beautiful full color 12-inch driver cluster screen. Not only that, it's also housed beautifully and has a back glow that makes it look like it's floating. You have different views for your speedometer. You have different views for your driver assist, like your lane control and your adaptive cruise control, and many other pages, including your navigation, your music, and so forth. Another thing I really love about this screen is the ability to change it from one screen to 5 different screens. That's right. If you want to see navigation, your vehicle dynamics, your music, your oil pressure, and many more features, all of these cubes are customizable and adjustable, and you can have all the information front and center for you anytime. On the steering wheel, it's easy to find your volume controls and your adaptive cruise control. Once again, I'm happy to see that there's adaptive cruise control, but surprised that on this facelifted 3500, we still don't have any form of autonomous driving. Ram does this so well in their 1500s that I really hope that that technology makes it to their 3500, because when you can just rest your hand on the wheel and the vehicle takes control, keeps you within your lane, slows you down and speeds you up according to traffic, it really takes all the pressure off of a long drive when you're hauling a load. Now in the center stack, we have this all new 14.5-inch Uconnect 5 infotainment system. This is the biggest screen in its class, but not only that, not only did Ram beat out the competition with the size of its infotainment screen, they decided to add a second screen for the passenger to use on road trips as well. That passenger screen actually allows the co-pilot to control the navigation, sort through the cameras, or pair to their own input and doze off and watch Netflix or entertain themselves with their own video, music, and radio controls. And that music plays out of a high performance 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system. Nothing is left to be desired with this sound system. It sounds great, it's clear, Ram's been using it for a long time, and it's clearly a winner. So this 14.5-inch Uconnect 5 screen is beautiful, and I've reviewed it in other videos. You have tiles which you can swap places. You've got the ability to set up a custom page. It's very reactive. It's very quick. It's very high def. Looks really nice. And then something I really love about this vehicle are all the cameras. Check out all these different cameras. A surround view 360 view, top with a front view, a driver blind spot camera, even a driver curb view camera, so you can look outside your door and make sure that you're not about to hit anything when you open your door up. This vehicle also has a feature that when you get close to an item, it automatically pulls up your 360 display, which allows you to see everything that's around you. The park sense sensors will notice something around you and instantly put this camera view on your screen. Another set of cameras that I really love are the blind spot cameras. When you put your turn signal on, it actually turns on your blind spot camera. Heavy duty truck owners will also love to see that this has a digital rear view mirror. The digital rear view mirror has a few different adjustments from angles to brightness to zoom, but what customers will really love is if you plug in a trailer that has a camera on the back of the trailer, you can actually send that feed straight to your rear view mirror. Thus, when you look in your rear view mirror, you're seeing what's behind your trailer, almost like the trailer's not even there at all. And then up top, we do have a sunroof in this Ram 3500 Limited. Again, because this is still the body and frame from the 2010 4th gen heavy duty truck, we still don't have the dual panoramic roof. But again, it's still nice to have a sunroof in here, and this interior still leaves nothing to be desired. Now, if you haven't seen my other videos, these Ram trailer tow mirrors are pretty sweet. Not only are they power folding, but your new Ram tow mirrors are also power telescoping. And if that wasn't enough, check this out. On the back side of the mirror, we actually have an LED floodlight. We also have a light on the front side of the mirror facing backwards, as well as we have puddle lights. So these mirrors can power fold, power extend. They can light up in front of you, behind you, and beneath you. And then on the actual mirror face, you have not one, but two different mirrors, which are heated as well as power adjustable. All right, now that we're in the second row, I can't stop talking about the fit and finish and the quality back here. Again, that leather just wafts right in your face. It smells so good. It looks so good. It feels so good. The quality back here really is second to none. However, as long as this truck is still built on the same platform, body, and frame as the 4th gen, we're still a little limited in the space. The other competitors do a bit better job of having more space back here, even though it's not necessarily as nicely appointed. However, these rear seats do flip up really easily, okay? Beneath, it reveals a system that Ram developed to make up for the big transmission hump that this cab has, and that is a system where you can fold out these shelves to give you an entirely flat surface. This is actually really handy, and Ram lovers love having these available. Plus, if you have little kids and you want to leave those shelves out, it actually allows them to walk right into the truck and not have their feet dangling off everything. Also, underneath the seats, you'll also find a storage area. On one side is empty, where you can tuck things away, and on the other side is actually where it houses the amplifier and subwoofer for your sound system. Now, does it have the Ram storage bins? Of course it's got the Ram storage bins. I don't think Ram's ever gonna go away from having the storage bins in the seat, which allow you to put ice or drinks or jumper cables or washer fluid and take them along with you. Now, if this is a bit of a tight spot for you, Ram still has you covered, because Ram makes a heavy duty truck in a mega cab configuration, which actually extends the back seat by about 18 inches, making it the largest rear seat in its class. So if you really care about backseat space, don't worry, you can still stay loyal to the Ram and just pick up a mega cab. And then one last thing that rear passengers are going to love having back here, not only do you have heated seats, but you actually have 5 different power outlets. This was a very smart move by Ram to make sure that there was so much connectivity here in the back seat. You got great HVAC system with great cooling and heating, and another really cool party trick, this cup holder that faces the rear, it has a slot all the way across it. That is sized exactly to fit an iPad. So actually you can have a hands-free movie theater in the back seat simply by sliding an iPad into that slot right next to the power source. What more could you want? So if this truck looks a lot like the previous version, Ram 3500, you're right. Ram is still using the same door skins and the same box panels from earlier model 5th gens. But not only that, these are also the same door skins and box panels from the 4th gen Rams. So there again, that's proof, because if it ain't broke, you don't need to fix it. So right now, Ram trucks are leading the pack as far as innovation, comfort, and creature comforts that consumers are looking for. There's no surprise why Ram has won Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 4 of the last 6 years. If you are looking for a truck that has an interior nicer than any BMW, if you're looking for a truck that's going to turn heads when it pulls into a parking lot or to a rodeo, and if you're looking for a truck that can tow over 30,000 pounds with a 6,000 pound payload, you might be looking for a Ram Heavy Duty. Plus, this Limited is the best of the best with more real wood and real leather in the interior than any of its other competitors. And this all-new ZF 8-speed transmission shifts so smoothly, you think it was a dual clutch transmission. So again, if you love trucks and you're looking to spend over 100 grand, I think your money is best spent looking at the Ram Limited.